Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Car, and today I'm going to do a journal update for January and February. I was meant to do this at the end of January, but I got really overwhelmed with all my duties. This is my last quarter of college, and I'll be graduating very soon, so I'm dealing with all of that stuff, and trying not to freak out, kind of just get it together. My time in my journals have gone really well. For some of these journals, I'm going to do a quick flip through. Not even a flip through, just like a little one of these, because I haven't looked through them to see if maybe I should censor some stuff out or not. I'm reasonably sure that there's not much to censor here, which is why I am going to show. But yeah, this is my 5-year journal. On the left side, I'm just doing like a highlight of the day, whatever I want to talk about, and the right side will have prompts. So I have to still write in the prompts for March. It's March 1 tomorrow, but I've just been keeping up with it. There's like one photo there, and that's pretty much it for this journal. Nothing special. I decided to keep photos of whatever I deem is important. Today I'm joined by these two characters. This is my first Tarona character, and this is my latest one. So the first and last one, I don't remember which collection this one's from, but I know this one's from the Clot collection. Little crumb. And then next is my planner. This is also going really well. This is a sterling ink vertical foliar in A6, housed in a Hobonichi cover, of course, with the Hobonichi pen. This has been going really well. This is my front page. These are my weeklies. They've been going really well. They really help me kind of understand what's going on in my life and how to deal with it. I don't really use my monthlies too much. And then I was supposed to show a setup of this, but once again that kind of got scrapped. So I can just quickly show a setup of this. I'm kind of treating this as a bullet journal. So I have this 52 reading challenge setup because I've been trying to do it. I'm only 4 books in, so I'm a little behind in general. And I think my Goodreads reading challenge is 120 books right now. So overall I'm a little behind, but I think I can catch up reasonably right now. It's just college. It's just really getting to me right now. And then I have a books read setup, pretty standard, a mangas read setup, shows to watch, movies to watch, manga and anime, mangas to read, my wish list, is master to do, and then this I thought was really helpful. And this is just a matrix where I break down everything I want to do in my journal every day, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly. And some of these are blank, as you can see, simply because some of these things don't apply necessarily. But for my 5-year journal, I know what I want to do daily and what I want to do weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And this helps me just keep track of things when I feel really overwhelmed. There are days where I keep thinking, hey, there's so many things I want to do in my journal. There's so many things I want to track and write about. What was I supposed to do? Like, this sounds a little silly, but maybe the planner tube can understand. But there's this sense of there's just so much, and I don't know quite what that much is, but it feels a lot, and I'm not sure what it actually is. So like, to go to a place where things are written out for me is really helpful. Places to explore. So I live in Chicago, and I want to explore some places. Of course, there's only one thing here, which is the field note store. The problem with the field note store is it closes. I think it's a 9 to 5 type of business, which means I can't go because I'm often at work or school when it is open, and it closes so early that I can't even like run over after work. So that's, and I don't even keep standard hours necessarily, but I'm mostly busy in those hours anyway. This is 5 books in 2025. So as you can see, these are certainly more than 5 books. I just have 5 categories with 5 books in each category. And to hit the goal for this year. I only have to read one from each category, but I couldn't help myself, and I kind of wrote down the list of what it might look like if I was being over ambitious, but I doubt I'll read everything. This is just a list of companies for jobs. This is a finance page, which I'll skip past. And then we hit January, and then I have monthly goals, and then I have a list of monthly releases. So these are just mangas and books that are coming out in January that I want to keep track of. I'm a collector, and so sometimes I'll get really like worried that I'll miss out on releases and forget about them, or they'll go out of stock, or whatever that might be. So writing down a list of everything I want to buy that is coming out that month is really helpful, because then I know I have some place to go back to see like what I was interested in and what I might want to buy, which sounds kind of weird because it's like I'm not necessarily buying for the sake of buying. I am buying because I enjoy the reading. So it just helps me like plan out my purchases a lot better. This is a sleep and habit tracker, which I've been able to keep up with. I've historically had trouble with habit trackers, but this really helps. That's my finance tracker, and then my workouts and pain tracker. And for my workouts, I just track the date, the workout it was, a summary of the workout, and the weights I was using, which has been looking not the most impressive lately, simply because I took a really long break, and I'm also really injury prone, so I have to be really careful when I'm going back to my workouts. I deal with like hip pain and like a really bad shoulder, and the goal of me working out is always to keep working out and making it a consistent habit, rather than overworking myself and injuring myself again, which I have done before. So I just need to be patient, and I really struggle with that. And frankly speaking, February has not gone very well for working out, because when I get overwhelmed with college, I stop working out, which working out genuinely helps. I mean, we all know this. It helps with just a lot of things. Exercise is just so fucking good. But like, I stopped it because I was like, oh my god, I don't have time for it, even though technically I do, but I get tired at the end of the day. I come home and I barely have any time, but I have to go sleep. And it's just really hard to do. So yeah. And then then I have my pain tracker here, which is, it's just something I'm trying to do. I'm a little conflicted about how to use this pain tracker, because part of it is for kind of talking to my doctor about it, but part of it is also for me to understand, because I often feel like I'm just about always in pain to some extent, and it's really hard to kind of track when things start and end, because I've never really actually written them down. The only problem sometimes I think is it's easy when you're always in pain and you kind of just ignore it, versus when you're in pain and you have to check in at the end of the day about it, and it sometimes feels like you're paying too much attention to it, which I'm dealing with that. Like, I feel like that's just a little strange. And then I have my daily pages, which look something like this. They're really messy. I'm gonna quickly flip through them because I don't think there's much here. I have workout part 2, because I did more than I anticipated. And this was an abandoned page and I put a sticker on it. And that's that. And then we have February. For my monthly goal, the only thing I wrote was keep up with everything, because in fact things have been hard, so that's really all there was to do. This month, I'll be honest, I didn't write the monthly releases in, so this is something I was filling out today, and will continue to fill out as I go through the different publishers I keep track of. And then this is my sleep tracker and my habit tracker. Things are looking a little bit bleaker. As you can see, my sleep was absolutely messed up. You can tell. I did 3 all-nighters, which I should mention here. My workout page, as you can see, I've set aside 2 pages because last month I needed 2 pages, and then I only worked out once this month, which is incredibly upsetting for me, because really the goal is to get buff. But we'll keep working. It's hard, but I'll get there. Paint tracker, some more, just daily pages that I'll quickly flip through, and we have March. And once again, I'm working on monthly goals and releases, and this is just set up for now. We got our little page, and for my sleep tracker, I do this thing where I write out 24, like 31 times, which is a lot and takes me a while, but I usually will just put on a YouTube video and do it, and usually is just a really calm thing for me to do. So this is not something I find frustrating. My financial tracker, since this is empty, I can show you. I have my first debit account, second debit account, savings, my credit card, and my total income. And there's S and E, and that's just starting and ending. So I'll write starting and ending numbers for each month. And then I've got my workouts, and then my pain tracker, and it's just about the same every month. I've kind of been doing this since I had like a true bullet journal, and it's really helped me like keep track of things, and it really works for me, so I kind of just stick to this layout, with the addition of the Vertical Weekly, which really helps me. I can quickly show what I use this for. Like I said, I'm not showing, but if you see, this is what I do, which I'll just put my classes and work in here, and then the blue is the job, the black is a class, and I'll have the time breakdown. And I write these down every week, even though technically I don't really need a timely breakdown because I'm kind of used to the schedule. And I don't necessarily need the breakdown because I'm used to the schedule, but it helps me every week to put that down and kind of understand what I'm doing. Additionally, if I ever miss a class, I can write that in, like this class was missed or this work was missed. So when I put the hours in, I know exactly which days I missed. Additionally, this Sunday over here where the two columns are empty, I'll write weekly wins and weekly losses and just celebrate a few things that went right for me this week and write about things that I could do better from here on out. And this is not, like, I feel like it sounds really intense. Like it also sounds almost corporate, where I'm analyzing myself like every week and really putting a magnifying glass to myself and being like, what did you wrong? What did you do wrong? What did you do right? But really it's just, I think when a week is bad, that will allow me to look at myself and be like, but you still did this. We still achieved this. And with the losses, if the week was bad, I can say, hey, maybe we need to fix our sleep. Maybe you need to, I don't know, exercise more, right? Or drink more water, or whatever it may be. Or, hey, I think I'm getting sick. Or, hey, I'm getting overwhelmed. Maybe we're doing too much. And I think that just allows me to understand myself and maybe do for myself what is best for me. Because I know for a fact that I have suffered from the negative effects of like lack of movement, but will not do it because there's like this mental barrier. I have a lot of issues, I like to say, and things like this just help me like keep it on track. And of course we have the cute Yumiki Tagishi pencil board keeping me company there. So that's that for my planner. I hope I haven't revealed anything secretive. I track some strange habits, so actually don't look closely. And then I have this pocket notebook, which I don't think I showed in my journals I'm using for 2025 video. But this pocket journal is, it was meant for when I'm focusing on something and I have all these other thoughts where I'm like, what about that thing you wanted to do? And what about that thing? And the whole point was that I like jot those down, which I still use it for that, but it's mostly become like, I think Little Bjorn made a video on this and a few other people have, and it's become like a pocket notebook that's with me everywhere and is there for me to write about anything and everything whenever I want. And then I use it as an inbox, and then I put it into the dedicated journals or areas they need to be in. And I have been using it like that. I have not necessarily gone back and inboxed the things I need to inbox. That's still something I'm working on. Once again, this this quarter has just been killing me, and I'm really trying my best to stay afloat. There's some real worry on my part. I don't know if I'm worrying without reason, but there's some real worry on what if I fail these classes that I need to graduate, because I really just am struggling with it. Not to, and I haven't acknowledged it so far, but let's be so honest, I do live in the US and things are going down in the US. And things feel a little funny right now, and I'm doing everything I can to kind of keep it together and keep plodding on, because really that's all can do. So I'll just do a quick like little, and then I've just got these pages. That's it. I have some Dunkin' stickers in there when I order Dunkin', and I just have a sticker. And I have this little pen. This is one of my favorite pens, but I stopped using it because it wasn't necessarily compatible with Hobonichi, and I've been using Hobonichi for a really long time. But it's the Pentel RSVP, and it's fine, which means I think it's 0.7. But it's been working really well with this particular journal, and I use it when I use my Lordstrom as well. So I guess the central aspect of my journaling, and I think my favorite journal of all time, not of all time, but of like my journaling practice, is the Cousin. And it's central to everything I do. So this is the first page. Here are some photos I'm gonna put in to my journal later. I have gone through and censored stuff, so there is gonna be like little post-it notes throughout. I don't mind those. They are aesthetically frustrating, but I think it's fine. I don't really use this. I don't really use this, and I don't really use the monthlies. And you know what? I don't force myself to. I might just sticker it at some point just for funsies, but I don't really use it. So my weekly pages, I use them to write about all the entertainment I'm watching. And that could be whatever, right? So I have a song here. I have a YouTube channel I'm watching, a show I've been watching, a book I've been reading, another show, fan fiction, all these things. So it's just that, and I just kind of reflect on it and talk about it. I watch Lovely Runner, which favorite drama. I have been putting it off because of the title. I thought it was a sports drama, and if you look at the cover, it looks like it's a sports drama, and it looks like a high school sports drama, and I was like, I don't really care for that. But it definitely is not a high school sports drama, although there is a high school swimmer in it. And I think that title is such a disservice, because I also think it's a bit of a, I think I know that it's a bit of a translation. But you know what? It is what it is. I did watch it, and I really enjoyed it. And then I just have more of just journaling about my stuff. And some spreads are more filled out than others. I also got a sticky subscription for this year. So these stickers here are from that subscription. And I started watching My Demon as well. I've just been watching a lot of K-dramas this year. As you can see, this spread is quite empty. And I genuinely think this is because I wasn't like consuming a lot. I was still wasting my time, but I think I was scrolling mindlessly on like shorts or reels rather than actually consuming anything of substance, which is my bad. And this is a good sign for me to go, hey, maybe I'm not investing my time on something useful. And this is another spread. As you can see, I have some memes on here as well. I also started watching Study Group, which is a great K-drama. Will recommend. I think it has a very wide appeal, I think. And then here's another spread. We got Nana stickers on. Nothing much to say, really. It is what it is. Once again, this one's a little bit emptier. And this week. I am a little behind, but I will be filling these things in very soon. And then I also started another K-drama. This one's ongoing. And this is My Dear Nemesis. This is pretty standard, I think. Kind of cheesy K-drama. and I would recommend. And then I have this pencil board with my weeklies just for funsies. I don't necessarily need a pencil board in here, but I have it for fun, and it's sometimes helpful when I'm trying to glue things in and stuff. Hold on. Okay. So for my turning the page to a new year, I kind of use it like the Coffee Monsters Co. I kind of stole the idea where it's just a letter to myself for this year. And I forgot to go through it and censor it, so I'm not sure if there's anything in there that needs hiding, so we're just not going to show it right now. For the first page of every month, I kind of just, once again, write everything I've consumed. So TV shows, anime, webtoons, manga and books, other notable things, music, and then fanfiction. I think I need to actually go back and fill some of these out because I think they're emptier than they should be. And then I just fill out my pages. At this point, I don't remember much about really anything. But I did write about the new pocket journal experiment, and I think it was working well for me. And then a lot of my spreads are very different vibes and energy, simply because I like trying new things and doing different things, and using a lot of my stickers. So I have a lot of different things going on here. I have a picture of all my journals for the year. I will not be showing all my journals because a lot of these journals are subject journals, like my Japanese learning journal and like my alcohol journal and my commonplace, all of that stuff, my writing journal. Some of these have been on the back burner simply because I do not have time to like learn Japanese right now, and I don't have the time to necessarily do much commonplacing, and they've never been for me. They're never meant to be like daily journals, so I'm okay with them being sidelined for now, which is why I won't be showing those. But yeah, some of these are emptier than others. This picture, once again, I think I talked about my goal to work out more and stuff. This picture is from January 2023, and at that time I know I took this little flexing photo, and I was like, oh my god, I'm really just not where I want to be. But at that time I was quite strong, and I was on the right path, right? I was getting there. And I felt so discouraged because I couldn't see the difference. And I've been thinking, I kind of went back to this picture and I was like, wait, like I was growing something. I was on the right path. And I think this picture I just put in as a reminder to like what I'm working towards, and I think it's more inspiring because it is just a photo of myself, and something I did actually achieve. And Happy Meal from Coffee Monsters Co. I think it was my first order. And I like the stickers. I think they're not for me, but I think they're cool. I will be using them. And I was reminiscing about my high school here. I'm talking about the fires in LA. That feels so long ago now, but that was very, very, very recent. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't think I have much to say. I clipped these pages together because there was too much to kind of go through and get rid of there. Some Black Cat stickers, just a singular photo. I'm just freaking out about the quarter. And a really strange realization I've had was that, and I've written about it here, of course, is that alpha has 5 letters. It seems like such a 4-letter word to me, but the fact that it has 5 letters is really strange. I also got some Happy Meal. I received an old Xian art book. I'd recommend you check out that artist. They do some really funny work, and their art style is very distinctive. I'm currently taking a Misinformation in the Age of Upheaval class, and there's some really interesting moments in there because it is so absurdly, I will say, it's so absurdly relevant. to everything that's going on around in the world now, especially in the US, that it feels really funny to sit there every week and kind of discuss the things that the professor is talking about that come up from research, and then have tangible, real news events happening like almost on the day off that are relevant to the topic she's talking about, just because of how like chaotic things have been. And it's just a little strange to be in that class. It is also strange because people are not much more actually. We're doing pretty well, but there's a lot more like emotionally charged energy, because all these things we're discussing are so like presently relevant and personal to each of us, because it's happening to us right now. And so it's a little funny to be in that class, I'll be so honest. And there, once again, there's definitely blank spaces throughout my journal. I might skip a page. Once again, terrible day. Sometimes when I have a really bad day, I'll just take like a really thick black brush pen and just write all over the page. And sometimes it doesn't look good. Well, like this page I'm not proud of, but it shows the way I felt, and I think that's okay. And the energy is much different here. This one's an empty day. This was so strange for me because I remember very specifically on this day, I came to my journal and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna write. And then I sat down and I had nothing to say. And I really just didn't have anything to say. So I was like, okay. So I just left it empty. I think I had a vague like intention to come back, but I never did. Once again, here's another empty page. I think this was a really cold day. I think we had a cold front around this time. I guess face reveal. But we had a really cold front and I saw a dead bird. So I have a picture of that. And then on my birthday, which was like in the past week, so this is much later, I did go to Pop Mart to buy some stuff. So I had, I got a Labubu paper bag, so I cut out the paper bag to post that in here. Some Shin-chan stickers here. And then, once again, we don't want to do a face reveal. Just some yapping. Once again, this picture I think I posted after. These two pictures came much after. So for a bit, there was just this awkward white space here, which I actually enjoy leaving. I never leave it on purpose. I'd rather have a full page. But if I do leave an empty space, it's always a good place for me to come back and put pictures in. And then once again, there's some more blank space in here. It will, I think, eventually get used up. Even if it doesn't, that's fine. And you can see I used a Coffee Monsters Co sticker here. I do actually really enjoy the Hobonichi cousin cover little stickers. Those are actually really fun. Once again, some more empty pages. I was really going through it. I think you can tell, and you can also tell. Oh yeah, I was doing some all-nighters, which all-nighters never work out for me, but there's a medication I'm on that is messing around with my sleep, which means I can actually do all-nighters, but not for good. Like, it's definitely not having a good effect on me. So I've decided to like be a little bit more strict with myself and not take advantage of that change or whatever. The second Labubu, and then a picture of the sky. This page is empty. I didn't really like the decoration, so I have covered it up and we're good to go. Another page where I've just written with a thick brush pen because it was just not a good day. I think this page was, as you can tell, kind of better. I have this little fox. And I think this was something I cut out from like an Amazon catalog that came in a few years ago for Christmas, I believe. I'm not sure. But I was really annoyed because I was like, we don't need an Amazon catalog. But the art on it was good, so I stole the art. And oh yeah, I made a bad financial decision. I bought a bag on this day. I remember this day. I was really freaking out. I was really stressed. And maybe it's not the best idea to buy something when you're stressed. However, I have wanted this bag for over a year now. It was on sale. I got it over 50% off. And it was my birthday, upcoming month. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. And you know what? Maybe it was a bad idea. But like, I've been working on this, right? I've been working on I need to buy things. But I was just having a moment. And I bought the bag. And you know what? I don't regret it because it's beautiful and it's great quality. And I will use it. But henceforth, I have been banned from buying bags until March of next year. We'll see how that goes. Oh, and it's February. As you can see, the first day of February is still empty. I wanted to come back and refill this, but like the day was lost. I have no idea what happened that day. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't have any photos from it or anything. So the day is the day. And today I took the time to fill out this page. Usually this page is empty till the last day, and I'll flip back through my weeklies to figure out what I was watching and reading and put all of it in here. I still have to do the music section. That will take me some time because I think I had like 300 songs in my Spotify, and I have to go through it and then arbitrarily pick like the ones I like best for the specific month. We've got February and Monday, sorry, 2nd and 3rd. And once again, 3rd was empty. 2nd, I tried my best to fill it out. You can tell I'm still thinking about bags. I've been obsessed with bags now for like 2 years, I think. I've always been like interested in bags, but then there was a really long period of time where I kind of forgot about them, and then I started like obsessing over them again, and to the point where like I know too much about a lot of different brands and a lot of different style and all the lingo that comes with like knowing about bags and also leathers. So I'm really just like, I'm watching tons of bag collection videos. I'm looking into getting like bag collection books, or art books about bags. I am first and foremost a book collector, so having a book on bags is gonna be like pretty cool for me, but I'm looking into those. And as you can see, this photo is from February 5th, where I got the bag that I ordered, which is this bag. It's a Dunienberg Florentine satchel in bright red. I've been obsessed with red lately as well. And usually when I post a photo from another day, I will have a little red speech bubble that will show you the date of the photo. And then I have another one here. There was a lot to write on the day of, so I don't have the photos on there, as you can tell. And once again, in the future, if I want to come back and post something, I will. If you look at this page, this was completely empty for the longest time. I brought in these pictures on one day, and you can tell these pictures are from February 8th. I bought in this picture on another day, and I bought in this little thing once again for my Pop Mart order on a separate day. So they slowly fill up, and it doesn't look the best right now, and I don't think it will look perfect, but I like having my life documented. Once again, pages have been clipped together because of stuff. No face reveal yet. This was a teddy bear page. This was a random ephemera that I cut out from somewhere page, I guess. I know this day was really hard for me because I felt vaguely nauseous and uncomfy the whole day. And on Mondays, I'm out from 8:30 to 8:30, so I'm out for 12 hours basically. And I was just feeling awful all day. Once again, we got the big black letters back. I usually know when I start using this pen that it has been a really hard day, and I've written in all caps in like a bullet point system. It's hard to tell the difference, but I can see it. And I also don't have like those headlines either. And sometimes I just change up the way I journal just to like suit how I feel. I put in this photo after the fact. This is a pretty big deal. I will be talking about it, which is here. Once again, this photo came in later. And once again, I had a bad mental breakdown, clearly. I'm just going through it. Things have been really hard for me. But on the 15th, Saturday, I was watching a bag collection video, and they were like, oh, you know, this was the bag that got away, and I was able to find it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my god. And that reminded me of the Saul Leiter A5 Footprints cover that was released, I think, 2021 for the year 2022. Wait. Yeah, I think that was, yeah, the 2022 release. And that was the first time I'd bought Hobonichi, and I like that cover, but because it was my first time buying Hobonichi, I was like, I'm just gonna get the cheapest thing. And I got one of the covers, and I got the blue one, the light blue one with the brown inside. And I genuinely started hating that cover by the end of the year I was using it. I did use it for a whole year. I didn't buy anything else. But at the end of the year, I genuinely hated that cover. And you know what? I'll be honest with you, I was pretty tight on money at that time. I think I spent the last of my dollars on buying a journal cover and a journal. Pretty batshit crazy, I know. So there was good reason for me to buy the cheapest thing. But since then, I've been unable to forget the Saul Leiter A5 cover. Good news, I was able to find it. That night, I randomly went on Stationery Station 515, I believe, and bought and saw that they had one in stock. And I was like, that is insane for a reasonable price, right? Because I've seen them on eBay every now and then, and they're always like $160, $200. And I'm like, I cannot be paying that. Because I know what it cost the first time when it was released. It was $30. I still can't believe I found this cover. This is insane to me. I had this whole thing about like, I won't be using this cover on this journal, because I have a whole thing about like, the journal is the cover for the year, and this journal cover is meant for this year, and this journal cover feels right to me for this year, so I don't want to change it, because like, this journal cover is for this year. However, I might be using this cover for my media journal, and then seeing how 2026 Hobonichi releases go, I might use it for my 2026 cousin, because I love this cover enough that I want it to be like a year cover. I know this sounds really weird. I don't know why I feel so like blocked in. Like, I could just switch out this cover right now and just use this cover, but there's this whole thing in my mind about like how that's not allowed. So we'll see. Maybe I break the rules. I don't know. And then this is yet another page. Most of these photos came in after the fact. So I pre-ordered a Grimjow figure, which, by the way, if you don't know who Grimjow is, he's a Bleach character. He's a side character. He does not come on screen very often, but I am absolutely enamored by him, and I love him so much. And they rarely make figures of him. So, I pre-ordered this figure a long time ago. I think it was October last year. September, maybe? Pretty early on, right? It's been a couple of months. I had to wait a bit. Once again, this was like my birthday gift. I had a lot of gifts for my birthday, I guess. And he came, and he is so gorgeous. He's right here. He's much bigger than I thought he would be, and that's a good thing. He's also much like heftier, and he's like, I don't know, like, he's him, you know, like, he's the one I love. I sound insane, by the way. But I was really glad to have him as well. There's another figure that was gonna get released in March that I've also pre-ordered. By chance, there were 2 Grimjow figure releases, and I was like, okay, I must buy them both. And then, once again, this is from the cloth figure I bought, which is this one. And I do that thing where I dismantle the box and then I just peel it off. So it's thinner and it's not really hard in my journal. This is a picture of my shelves, which I'm really proud of, clearly. And this is a picture of the train. It's really hard to tell, but I was on the train, and the light turned off, and the vibes were really, really cool. So I took a photo, but you can't quite tell that the lights are off because of the way, like, the phone took the photo or whatever. So I thought it was evocative nonetheless, and now it's in my journal. I have blocked that with my, once again, Saw Lighter pencil board. I was able to get this pencil board, I think 2023. And then I think I ordered an extra one because this one had some issues. But I used this one, the other one's in package, and I keep it. And get another page. As you can tell, yay, measles is back. There's been, I think, breakouts in Texas, and one unvaccinated child has died since then. I think this is even after I wrote this down. So yeah, that's how things have been. And then it was my 22nd birthday, so I was just talking about how that felt. It felt a little underwhelming. I just went to work, really. I did go to Pop Mart afterwards to celebrate, and I ended up buying this figure and the cherry back charm, which right now is hanging right above, like right in front of me on my desk. And I've loved it a lot. And it's brought me a lot of joy. Sometimes I'll just play around with it as I like look up from my work at my desk or whatever. And it's been surprisingly helpful. You can see some of my other figures up top there as well. And once again, you can see kind of that, the little dialogue bubbles I use. I have this Hobonichi stencil that I use specifically for that, and it's come in quite a bit of handy. This day was kind of hard because I was in pain. I was turning 22, and then I was thinking about the Amazon boycott, and I've been wanting to stop buying stuff from Amazon, but thinking about like just how hard that is, and how, like, it's true that Amazon is convenient, like it absolutely is, and it is hard to stop shopping there, but of course it's more important to not shop there than it is to get whatever I want, because it's not necessarily essential. I was really struggling with it right now because I've been wanting to clean the suede jacket, and I need to buy suede cleaner for that, and like a little brush and all these other things that go into cleaning a suede jacket. And I was like, I don't know where to buy that from. Like, I know I can search up on Amazon and buy it from Amazon. I don't know where else I could go in real life to a shop where I can go and say, hey, I want like a suede cleaner, can I buy it? And I was really struggling with that, and I was brainstorming with my friend about like where I could go to ask if it would be there. And turns out I think I could get lucky with like Blick and like craft stores, which duh. But I feel like this is the kind of thing where it's like I need to reverse learn, because I bet before Amazon people knew about these things. People knew where to go for certain things and where the shops were. And then this is just something I'll have to learn and like kind of like get comfortable with. And you know, it's gonna be inconvenient, but it's more important, once again, to like not support Amazon than it is for me to be living a very convenient life. Once again, another picture. This one's once again empty, so I filled this one up with stickers. I don't often do this, but I thought this was quite fun. And then I had a good productive day. I don't like the decorations on this page at all, but I had a really cool photo that I took from the bus that I've pasted in here. Another page. Once again, some older photos. I finally got the Salt Lighter cover, so it's not been many days since I got it. My room has been really messy lately because I've been in a lot of pain. I've been really busy. I've been really overwhelmed. I just don't feel like I have the time to clean. I've been doing my best to keep up with it, so it's not necessarily as bad as it has been in the past at times. But it definitely needs a good clean. And then this is yesterday and this is today. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. And wait, I guess this is today. That's yesterday. Wow, my sense of time is clearly not accurate. I've been applying to a lot of jobs lately, so I was celebrating my first job rejection. And this is very specific. This kind of sounds really strange, and I couldn't tell you why I was happy about the rejection, but it was mostly that I was happy to get emailed, because there's been a lot of ghosting. I think it's kind of funny talking about updating journals in my journal, kind of an inception, but I was talking about that. And this is a new thing I'm doing, by the way, where I do overflows. There's another page I did it, but I did, I think that's not a page I showed because it had a lot of stuff in it. But I've been putting in overflow with a line and just stating that it's an overflow. And I think that's pretty simple and makes things a little bit more fluid, and I can kind of put things in different pages. And yeah, I think that's it, really. I just don't have more to say. I did pre-decorate a few pages so that I'm ready. And I do this every now and then. These are some more pictures I want to use soon. And these pictures I just kind of print off of Pinterest. I use my school's printer for this. We get like we get some money every quarter on our card for printing, and I use it to print these. And there's some really good quality prints. Now I'm worried what will happen if once I graduate, where I'll go to print. I guess I could just go to the public library, but we'll see how that works out. And finally, the back page is here. I don't really use it for much, except I'll put like found stickers here, so stickers that I got for free, I put them here. And a lot of these stickers that I put in here that I got for free tend to be stickers I don't really like the look of, but I want to keep them and put them somewhere as a sign of like I was there or this happened, and I often put them here. Right now I only have 2, so hopefully we'll get more. And that's pretty much it. I did a little pen test, and as long as I write fast, it's not too bad, but when I write slowly, things are a little bit bad. And over here, I just write my favorite shows or anything I consume here. So I already have 2 this year. And this happened like the first week of January in very close proximity. So I was like, things are too good too quickly, which is a weird feeling to have. I don't think that's a feeling that needs to be affirmed, because, you know, that scarcity mindset, that's no good. But we're off to a good start to the year is the better way to put this. I think that's pretty much it for me. I'm just rambling now. For my media journal, I have I'm going to use a Muji notebook, which, yeah, I know I'm adding another journal, oh my god, but I'm adding this journal mostly because it has a little bit thicker paper, and the media journal is mostly going to be just a lot of photos that I'm going to put in there. And this happened because I had some of my most favorite shows in a really long time at the beginning of the year, and I was like, I just love these shows so much, and I need a place to write about them. So I thought I'd get a Muji notebook for that. And it's just gonna be a lot of screenshots and just mostly that. Mr. Plankton, which is a K-drama, did also make me feel a little bit media studies about it. I felt like I was ready to dissect and write a paper about it. I never have the strength to do these things on my own, Like, I don't think I'll ever write a paper for fun, but I felt the urge to dip into it, to brainstorm about it. I was thinking about the colors and the placements and the relationships and the characters, and I was like, oh my god. So the media journal might be a place for me to write about that as well. Clearly I'm very behind on the media journal. I haven't even started it yet, so how can I be behind? But I'm behind because I have a bunch of photos printed out that need to go in there. But once again, I've been so overwhelmed. Everything's happening all the time, everywhere. And I just, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this journal update. I know I've yapped a lot. But yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day and enjoy journaling.